Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my astrology channel. Now, before I begin my video today, I just want to thank everyone for your love, your support to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate from the bottom of my heart. And thank you for all the subscriptions, the likes, the comments. It's really encouraging and really uplifts me and really encourages me to, keep on going with this channel. Now, astrology is my passion, so I totally love coming back here again and again. Now, I'm still kind of, regulating my life, with the transition that I had, last 6 months and over the, last few years. I'm still trying to get as much content as I can. So it's a little bit slow at the moment, but I'm going to get more in the flow so I can really churn out more content. And I just also wanted to say that all those who are watching my content, please do like and subscribe to my channel, because that is going to help me grow this channel. And I am very excited about growing this channel. So let's begin today's video. Now, today I will be discussing the lunar nodes. Now, we know that the lunar nodes are shifting from the Taurus Scorpio axis to the Aries and Libra axis. Now, Taurus and Scorpio are fixed signs. So the last 18 months, the energy of the lunar nodes, the karmic nodes, was on the fixed axis. Now it's shifting to the cardinal sign of Aries and Libra. Now, Aries and Libra our cardinal sign. Aries is a fire cardinal and Libra is air cardinal. So the energy is shifting. The karmic point of destiny, which the lunar nodes are shifting from fixed energy to more cardinal energy. So with the fixed energy, we are a little bit so with the fixed energy, we have more staying power. We may be a little bit more rigid in our ways, but with the cardinal energy, it's all about taking action. It's all about taking risk. It's all about taking charge of your life. And it's going to be all about, regulating yourself, like kind of self-regulated activities and, really focusing on personal goals and your life, really taking charge of your life, making things happen, initiating change in our life. So that's what this Aries and Libra axis is going to be a lot about. Now, to begin this video, just want to go through first with the lunar nodes, the energies, what they are about, and how the Aries and Libra energy, work in our life. And then after that, I will go through each of the 12 zodiac sign and, explain how this axis, wherever your Aries and Libra signs are in your chart, how this is going to play out in your life in the next 18 months. Now, the North Node moves in the sign of Aries on the 17th of July, all the way until the 11th of Jan 2025. So 17th of July 2023, all the way to the January 11th, 2025. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the Aries-Libra axis, it was in December 2004. So 27 December 2004 till 22nd June 2006. The lunar nodes were on the Aries-Libra axis, which is like 18 years, almost 18 years ago. So you need to go back to that time period. Now, I know it was a long time ago. So you need to go back to that time period and just see what was happening in your life, what events, experiences, connections, encounters happened or came into your life and how it changed you. Because this energy, even though the other planetary energies are not same as it was 18 years ago, all the planetary energies are making different aspects, are transiting different signs, houses. So it's not going to be exactly the same experience. But what you can take from that experience, the 18 years ago in the 2004, 5, and 6, mostly 2005 and 2006, whatever happened, it may resonate with what you may experience in the next 18 months. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but you can kind of get a picture of what to expect. Now, going back to the South Node and the North Node energy. Now, North Node and South Node are calculated in astrology by taking the position of the Sun, Moon, and Earth. Considering these positions. So they are calculated points. So they are not physical object in sky. They are not like stars and planets, so they don't have a physical manifestation, but there's a lot of vibrational manifestation of these energies. It's a lot to do with fated events, karma, karmic energy, destiny, destiny, fated events, fated encounters, fated experience, all these, that you can experience and you will experience in the next 18 months. Now, North Node and South Node are directly opposite to each other. Because it's a calculated point, the degrees will be same. So even if you go back to your natal chart, your birth chart, and you see the wherever your nodal, the axis is, the North Node and the South Node, it will be at the same degree because it's a calculated points. It's a mathematical calculated points. So it will not have different degrees. So it will be at the same axis always. Now, this North Node and South Node are destiny points. It's a point that holds secret to your life's purpose, to your true calling, to your mission in life, basically. Now, South Node is a lot to do with kind of past energies. Now, if you believe in past life, it can be something to do with past life, or it could just be your childhood as well, earlier life as well. So South Node is a lot to do with your comfort zone. It's a lot to do with your natural talents, your inherited gifts, your innate capabilities that you have. So that's what South Node is a lot to do with. Now, North Node is the qualities that we are developing in this lifetime. So we are not familiar with the North Node energy, so we are developing that energy in this life. Now, at the end of the day, there is a need to balance your North Node and South Node. You cannot completely ignore one side and go towards the other. It doesn't work like that. You need to balance the energies of both the sides. Now, it is not easy to achieve your node, in your life, because it really pushes you out of your comfort zone in order to achieve your nodal axis. It is it's very challenging. There are a lot of blockages, more to do with subconscious blockages, personal blockages, more than external blockages. Now, there can be external blockages as well, but it's more to do with your own self, how your life is playing out and what decisions you have made. So it's a lot to do with really embracing your North Node and releasing your South Node, especially if it's not serving you, it's holding you back. So South Node, if there's an over dependence on South Node energy, you may be holding yourself back. So it's very important to realize that, create that awareness. That's what, astrology is all about, creating awareness. And once you have created that awareness, then you can move towards your North Node in a more conscious way, in a more aware way, so that's very important. Now, North Node is about looking to the future. It's about pursuing what brings growth in our life, what brings wisdom, knowledge in our life. That's what North Node is about. Now South Node is a more of an intuitive point. It's a point of guidance. It's a point of balancing yourself. So you need to balance yourself with your inner strength, your intuition, and just that inner guidance. By using those those gifts, the inherited talents that you have, using those in order to achieve your North Node, moving towards that. So that's definitely very important. Now, together, North Node and South Node together are karmic points, as I've already mentioned. So they are associated with karmic lessons. Now, this karmic lessons is you're not going to experience in the entire 18 months period, but especially when the eclipses happen, you will definitely feel the energy more strongly, but you will feel the effect of this North Node and South Node, this karmic lessons that you need to learn in order to move towards your North Node and not be stuck in the South Node energy. So this is very important. These are highlighted during the eclipses. Now, the eclipse season of Aries and Libra starts again in July. I mean, there was an eclipse, solar eclipse in April in the sign of Aries. So there was some kind of indication of what's to come, but the main season definitely starts now, and it will continue until January 2025. So it's very crucial, especially if you have planets in Aries and Libra. This is a very crucial period. Now, this 18 months is going to be very crucial for the cardinal signs. So that's Aries, Libra, Cancer, and Capricorn. It's very crucial. So, if you have planets, especially in Aries and Libra, I would say if you have planets, personal planets, or even social planets, or even the transpersonal planets, if you have, you will feel the effect of Aries, of this nodal cycle, this nodal axis, and eclipses more strongly, more significantly, more personally as well in your life. So definitely fated events, destined encounters, and just the connections that you will encounter during this time is definitely going to show you the life lessons, experiences, and that is going to ultimately help you grow. Now, it is a challenging time, so don't be, so don't get demotivated by the challenges that will come in your life. But it's important to transform yourself, because that's what ultimately it's all about. The nodal axis is all about, transforming yourself through these challenges, these fated events, the unpredictability, the suddenness of these eclipses and the lunar nodes, to move to that space where you are, more in tune with your life's purpose and life's mission. Now, I'll just cover a little bit about the feel, what Aries North Node and Libra South Node is going to look like. And then I'll go on to all the 12 zodiac sign. So Aries North Node. Now, what is Aries? Aries is a fire sign. It's a cardinal sign. So fire sign is a fiery energy. It's about its impulsivity. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. So there's a sense of impulsiveness to attach to it. And it's a very independent sign. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It is all about self. It's all about self-identity. It's all about self-assertion. So here there is a lot of self-awareness. So North Node in Aries is going to be a lot about creating that self-awareness, be self-directed, be self-motivated, and self-confident, so there's a lot of focus on self-development, personal growth, and all that. During this time, you're more focused on your goals, and you're not afraid to march on by yourself. If you need to do that, this North Node in Aries is totally going to help you do that, to achieve your personal life path, to go on that personal life path, to achieve whatever you want to achieve. Now, South Node is in the sign of Libra. So Libra is all about partnership. It's all about cooperation. It's about negotiation. Libra is the sign of the other. If Aries is a sign of the self, Libra is a sign of relationship, partnership, the other person in your life. So here there is a great balance needed between your sense of self and having people in your life, or a committed partner on your side, in order to find that balance, in order to achieve whatever you want to achieve in life going forward. So definitely that is important. Now, Aries is definitely about individual energy. So you're expressing your individual self, taking charge, taking risk, moving forward, rejecting other people's opinions, especially if it encroaches upon your growth. So it's good to listen to other people and consider their opinions, their viewpoint and all that, but not at the cost of your own personal growth, your own goals, your own sense of self. So that is very important during this time. It's a first sign. So lunar node has returned after 18 years in the first sign of the zodiac. So this is very crucial. This is the time to get the ball rolling. This is the time to, make things happen. This is the time to push yourself a little bit more. And destiny point, lunar nodes are destiny points. So things will happen in your life that you will have to make those changes. So there is no, two ways about it. It's not about sitting back and letting things happen. It's also about going out and making things happen for yourself. That's what Aries energy is about. But you need to balance it with the Libra energy, which is about, diplomacy, using charm. Now, Aries is a very cardinal sign. It is all about, jumping in head first. But Libra is more diplomatic. Libra is a little bit more about charm. Aries is more about courage. So there's a balance, there's a need for balance between courage and charm, passion and partnership, independence and codependence, self-care, love, fiery energy of Aries with the refined energy of Libra. So if you combine both the energies together, it will be easier to achieve your goals, because you don't want to just jump in head first in whatever you want to achieve your goals. If you use a sense of, more of compassion or considering other people as well, not at the cost of your own goals, or clear, absolutely not during this 18 months. Let me just tell you, this lunar node shift is a lot about yourself, your own goals. So now the last 18 months, the energy was different. North node was in the sign of Taurus. It was all about your value system. Now it's about you. It's about your life path. It's about your mannerism, your behavior, your appearance. It's all about how you project yourself, how you present yourself, and not just projecting in a physical way, but also in a mental way, your mindset, your outlook. How do you see yourself, and how do you, what do you want to achieve? Where is your life path? What's your life direction? That's what the focus is on during this 18 months. So just go back to your chart, your birth chart, and look at where Aries and Libra sits in your chart. That is the house matter that will be in focus in the next 18 months. Now, let's just begin with the zodiac sign, all the 12 zodiac sign. I'm going to analyze each of the sign and the axis, how it's going to, the effects that you will face in your life, the experiences, the encounters and all that. So it's a very interesting time. And let's get on with the 12 zodiac signs. Hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Aries, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra. So Aries, it's your sign. So it's going to have major effect on all the cardinal signs, including you, Aries. Now, the lunar node, the north node, will be shifting the sign of Aries on the 17th of July 2023 until 11th January 2025. And the south node will be shifting the sign of Libra during that period. Now, this is your first house and seventh house axis. So it's the axis of your identity and your partnership. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the sign of Aries and Libra was in December 2004 until June 2006. So if you go back to that time period and, see what happened in your life during that time, what life experiences, what destined changes, people in your life, or any kind of event you experienced during this time, you could kind of get a feel of what you can expect during this time period. Now, it's not going to be exactly same because there are other planetary energies affecting the chart as well, the astrological events, the different astrological events that are happening. But the first house and seventh house energy, the experiences that you had during that period, December 2004 until June 2006, you can kind of understand the theme. It may have some kind of resonance during this period. So on the 17th of July 23 until 11th Jan 2025, the lunar nodes are going to be in the sign of Aries and Libra in your first and seventh house, Aries. So let's just look at how it's going to affect you. Now, Aries, your first house is a house of your identity, your self, your, how you take action, your life path, your presentation, your projection, your body image, your appearance, and all that. So And Aries is all about taking risk. It's about taking charge. It's the sign of action. It's a sign of impulsivity. It's a sign of, really, jumping in head first. And lunar nodes are point of destiny. They are karmic points, destined action, destined experience, fated events, people will come into your life during this time to, really help you kind of grow, progress, and really take action in your life. Now, first house north node is going to be all about destined life experience involving yourself, your self assertion, your partnership, because south node is in your seventh house. So it's going to be a lot about your relationship, partnership, and your own relationship with yourself, how you take action, your desire, your life direction, your appearance, your projection, and all that, Aries. Now, north node is the area of life that is kind of new to us, and south node is the comfort zone. So there may be a tendency to kind of depend more on your partnership during this time, your connections and all that. But the important thing is to let the north node experience, embracing the north node experience in your life during this time is very crucial to experience that soul growth, progress, moving forward kind of energy will only come in your life if you really trust yourself and take action. It's very important to really have an instinctive response to life as well during this time, and not be too concerned with pleasing others during this time, Aries. So this is a great time to really prioritize yourself, focus on independence, define yourself, carve your own path, striking out on yourself. Aries North Node in your first house is all about honoring your authentic self, your independence. Know who you are and what you stand for, Aries. And it's very important to really live for yourself during this time and not just for others. Now, it does not, now with the North Node in first house does not mean you are neglecting or forgetting about your partnership, your seventh house energy. It's at the end of the day, it's all about balancing both the axes so that you have a smooth life, your life is running smoothly. But having said that, it's also very crucial to not seek other people's approval too much. Now, you may get advice from others, wise counsel from others, and all that is fine, but do not sacrifice yourself just to keep the peace during this time. This is not a time to see yourself through other people's eyes, Aries. For you, it's about seeing yourself through your eyes, your mannerism, your behavior. You want to change all this thing to become a more evolved version of yourself. You are more in a self-reflective mood as well during this time, and really it's important to reevaluate your needs and balance it with others as well. What your needs are, what your desires are. That's where the focus is. Personal growth is very crucial during this time. You are making efforts to make things happen, because Aries energy is all about assertion. It's about taking a risk and taking charge. So you are taking charge of yourself, your identity, your life path, how you want to move forward, your life direction. You're carving your own path during this time and really honoring your true self, your true inner self. So do not let anyone dictate your life direction during this time. Focus on yourself, and your true self will emerge during this time, because this shift is this is a very favorable shift, Aries. This is a very good time to really get a sense of your true self and align yourself with your higher mission, your purpose, whatever you want to achieve going forward. So step into your power and really pursue what you're truly passionate about. Aries is a fire cardinal sign, so it's all about taking action. And you are familiar with Aries energy because you are Aries sign. So you understand this energy. Now, Aries, this next 18 months is very crucial for all cardinal sign, but because North Node is in your sign, in the first house, I think this becomes most important for Aries and Libra as well. Aries and Libra are very at the forefront of this lunar node shift for the next 18 months. But with North Node in the sign of Aries for you, it's all about really, stepping into your own power, pursuing your passion, aligning yourself with a higher mission, your purpose, becoming a more evolved version of yourself. So you may feel the need to change your appearance, your mannerism, your behavior during this time. What you have been until now, the way you have been functioning, you may want to, bring some shift, some changes, and you will definitely experience this because lunar nodes are karmic points, and there will be eclipses as well on this axis for the next couple of years. So definitely you will see many changes, really drastic, crucial shifts in your sense of self and your partnership. So there may be fluctuations in relationship. So do your best to keep the harmony, but that does not mean you are, sacrificing your sense of self for the sake of keeping the peace or avoiding challenges in relationship just at the cost of losing yourself. So definitely it's important to be a more leader like, prioritize your goals, be comfortable being alone, taking risk, and fighting for your beliefs, Aries. It's very important. Do not hide out in partnership during this time. You may feel codependent during this time, but it's very important to, not put others before you. Again, at the end of the day, it's about balancing both the sides. So it's important to really focus on yourself during this time. This is the time to bring a revolution in your own self, your own your identity, and also balancing it with partnership, relationship, and all that. But the first thing, in order to experience the soul growth, in order to experience the progress, it is very important that you're leading from a sense of evolved self, Aries. So next 18 months, Aries, is all going to be about stepping into your own authority and pursuing your own passion. Thank you. Taurus, the lunar nodes are going to shift in the sign of Aries and Libra. Now, the last 18 months, the lunar nodes were in your sign. The North Node was in your sign, and South Node was in the sign of Scorpio, really affecting your first house, your identity, your sense of self. Now, it's moving to your 12th house in the sign of Aries, and South Node will be moving the sign of Libra in your 6th house. So, this is a very crucial time. You're shifting energy from identity, your self-development, to taking a break and to, really relaxing and releasing yourself from the daily grind. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the Aries and Libra axis was in December 2004 to June 2006. So go back to that time period and, see what happened during that time, what experiences, life experiences, destined, fated events, people, all the energies that came in your life during that time. Now, you may have some kind of resonance to that time period during this time period, starting 17th of July 23 to 11th January 2025. Now, it's not going to be exactly same because other planetary energies are in, different aspects and different, signs and houses for you. So it's not going to be exactly same, but the 12th house and 6th house energy, there might be some kind of resonance. Now, Taurus, Aries North Node is all about, prioritizing yourself. It's all about being comfortable with yourself. It's about taking risk, fighting for your belief, and it's about self-assertion. It's about taking charge. And the Libra South Node is all about not hiding in relationship, not being codependent, not putting others first all the time. Now, at the end of the day, Taurus, it's all about finding a balance between your North Node and South Node. So here, your 12th house, which is the house of your subconscious self, it's a house of past patterns, it's a house of spirituality, it's a house of retreating, isolation, really shifting yourself from work and routine and what you do on repetition, and really retreating and taking a break. While 6th house is all about work and health, it's about the daily schedules, the routines, what you do on a daily basis. It's about being of service to others. So when the south node, which is our comfort zone, is in the 6th house, and north node, which is where the soul growth needs to take place, is in the 12th house, this is the time you're making a decision to release yourself from the daily grind. Now, it may not be easy to do that because South Node is the comfort zone, so you naturally are drawn to that energy. But it's very important to move away from that energy and shift and embrace your 12th house energy during this 18 months period. So it's very important to, not overly focus on work and on making rigid plans and on, repetition, what you do on a repeat, but shift your energies towards, self-examination, shift your energy towards reflection, self-awareness, creating awareness, becoming more spiritually independent as a person, focusing on your self, inner self, your inner world, your spirituality, your dream world, your subconscious. This is time to focus on, healing your inner self, any past traumas, if there are any. This is time to, really focus on releasing and really doing something about it, maybe some therapy or whatever you need. This is definitely focused on moving away from 6th house energy and, focusing more on 12th house energy in order to bring success in your life during this period. Now, shifting to the 12th house energy will require you to move away from codependent work relationship, work conditions, environment, or even schedule, routine, your work routine, how you function on a daily basis, the work you do. There is a need to shift away from that as well. Also, any health patterns that you may have, maybe unhealthy health patterns, you need to make a shift from that energy as well and move towards more, focusing on your mental health. Now, at the end of the day, Taurus, it's important to find a balance between your 12th and 6th house energy. You cannot ignore 6th house entirely and completely shift to the 12th house. It's definitely not asking that. What it's asking is to find a balance between them and not to overly focus on 6th house and, really try to learn and shift towards 12th house energy, because that's where your soul growth is going to take place. There would be destined, fated events that will happen that will help you pursue these 12th house energy, which is your spirituality, which is your mental health, which is, need for a break, need to take retreat, doing meditation, yoga, whatever you want to do. And also, developing your spiritual gift, your psychic gift, being a dreamer, focusing on your dream state, dreaming, focusing on your vision, planning as well. 12th house has this planning energy. So the last 18 months, you were very much focused on yourself. You're very much focused on self-development, personal growth. Now you're focusing on your spiritual growth, Taurus. So definitely, this is a great time to seek spiritual therapies more than physical therapies. Now, obviously, if you need physical therapies, definitely go for it. But do not ignore your mental health during this time, Taurus. So it's very important to, really focus on your inner world during this time, your conscious, your subconscious self. Because if you have been really over focused on, carving your path, being career focused, self focused, partnership, relationship, work, and all that, if it has taken over your life, this is time to really take a break and release, any dependence on work, routines, schedules, and all that. So be brave enough to embrace the unknown during this time, Taurus, and feel comfortable being yourself, because Aries 12th house still has this fiery cardinal energy. So it's very important to take charge of your own health, of your own mental health during this time, and not depend on others to give that to you. You need to actively seek out these you need to actively seek out the need to the need to be in a better place mentally, your emotional health, your mental health.
So it's very important to feel more comfortable pursuing this yourself. Now, any past patterns, past traumas during this time, also there's a need to, understand them better, and let others help you as well if you do need help. Don't discard anybody's help during this time. So it's not about really forgetting your south node. It's more about finding a balance with your north node and south node. So definitely your inner voice, your intuition is going to be very strong during this time. And look at your potential as well during this time, your goals. This is a good time to envision what you want to do, and really put down maybe a plan, but not in a very aggressive, in a routine way, but more in a relaxed kind of, in a peaceful way, in a more spiritual way. Now, with North Node in the 12th house, it's also a great time to share your knowledge and really develop your sense of perception, your emotional experience during this time. It's a very powerful time to practice mindfulness, healing, clearing away any obstacles or blockages that may have been in your life, to fulfill your purpose, basically, to really understand your mission, what your life mission is, what your life purpose is. You need to release these past energies, past obstacles, past traumas, and all that. And this will only come through self reflection, self awareness, avoiding self sabotage in order to overcome any kind of chaotic energy, or feeling of confusion, or self-deception. Be mindful of self-delusion during this time, and wishful thinking as well, Taurus, because 12th house has this kind of hidden nebulous kind of energy, because it's a natural Pisces house. So there may be a sense of self-victimization as well. So you need to get past all that. Now, it is Aries North Node, so it's about taking charge and overcoming these blockages, clearing away obstacles and all that, in order to set yourself on that path, on that life purpose, on whatever you envision for your future. This is the time to do that clearing away, Taurus. Now, 12th house also has this energy of addiction. It's the energy of codependency on others as well. So here you are healing any addiction, any codependency on others. You are encouraged to dive into uncertain things you haven't done before, and really trust yourself, trust the divine, be more empowered within yourself. Now, if you have to isolate yourself and take some time out to reflect and be with yourself, not with others, this is a great time to do that. So be empowered in your solitude, meditate, and find deeper connection within yourself, and also with the world around you, but most importantly, within yourself. And this will help you to really understand your purpose and what you want to do. So definitely trauma healing, mental health, pursuing healing, spirituality, psychic abilities, your dream world, your vision, whatever that is. It's very important to focus on that, and not to be overly focused on rigid plans, or worrying about perfectionism, having everything right, everything in place, proper, and all that. Don't stress too much about those things, Taurus. You don't have to focus too much on material aspect during this time. This is more about spirituality. It's about intangible values, not the tangible ones. So definitely it's a good time, Taurus, to really release any repetitive work or of material aspect of life, or tangible aspect, and really focus on subconscious healing and your spirituality and your mental health during this time, Taurus. Thank you. Hello, my beautiful Geminis. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Geminis, the lunar nodes, the north node and the south node, are shifting the sign of Aries and Libra. Now, Aries is your 11th house and Libra is your 5th house. So the nodes will be on this axis for you, Gemini, for the next 18 months, starting on the 17th of July 2023, all the way to 11th January 2025. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the Aries Libra axis was in December 2004 to June 2006. So go back to that time period and see what happened, what was happening in your life during this time. During that time, there may be some resonance from that time period to this time period. Now, it's not going to be exactly same because obviously the other planetary energies are in different position, different signs, different houses for you. So it will not be exactly same, but you can get some kind of idea what you can expect. So go back to that time period of December 2004 to June 2006. Now, Aries and Libra sign is a cardinal sign. Aries is a fire cardinal sign and Libra is an air cardinal sign. So it's about taking action, initiating change. It's about being assertive. It's about moving forward. It's about making the shift, because the last 18 months the lunar nodes were on the Taurus and Scorpio axis, which is fixed sign, which is about staying power, but it's not about taking action. It's about not about initiating change. Aries, Libra are about initiating change. So you are initiating this change in your 11th and 5th house axis. Now, North Node is about embracing the change, and South Node is about releasing what's keeping you stuck. So you're embracing the 11th house energy and shifting away from 5th house energy. Now, at the end of the day, Geminis, it's all about finding a balance. You cannot ignore one axis, one side of the axis, and fully focus on the other side. But it's important to not overly focus on your 5th house energy during this time and really make the shift towards your 11th house energy. Now, 11th house is all about group association. It's about your group circle, your society, friendship circle, collaboration, organizational work, teamwork, your hopes and wishes, your future plans. And 5th house is more focused on self-expression. It's about yourself. It's about how you see it. It's about being the single person who stands out. It's about having the limelight on you. It's about, being overly self-focused on your own personal passion. So here for the next 18 months, Gemini, you're shifting from being too self-focused on your having your own way, getting your own way, being the one-man show, and more moving towards collaboration, working in a team to get things done, moving forward. So that's what you're doing for the next 18 months. So Gemini is here with this lunar node on this axis of 11th and 5th house. You're pushed to take initiative, to share your creative passions with other people, being part of a collective. You're not much focused on standing out during this time. Now, with the South Node, which is all about our comfort zone, there may be a tendency to wanting to stand out, Geminis, but this is not the time to do that. This is about really, seeing the bigger picture, seeing the group, how the group benefits, how your team benefits more than your own personal gains. So definitely you are more focused on bringing your passion, your energy, your ideas to a group work, a group project, organizational work, collaborative work, and you're engaging in group-based interest during this time. You may be asked to lead a team as well during this time. So again, this is not about yourself. It's about the benefit of the group, the benefit of the team during this time. Now, 11th house is also a house of humanitarian activities. It's a house of social cause. It's a house of what's bigger than us. It's about serving a bigger purpose, greater cause. So here you may, have the desire to fight on behalf of a social issue, or using your creativity, your passion to push a greater cause or serve a greater purpose during this time. So this is a good time to really use your skills to, for the benefit of others. So it's important to let go of the need to be the center of attention, Gemini, and be part of a group. But also retain your individual identity. Now, shifting from 5th house to 11th house energy does not mean you completely let go of yourself. It does not mean that, Gemini, not at all. But what it means is not to be overly focused. Because if you're overly focused on having your own way, you may face difficulties and challenges during this time. So it's very important to work with like-minded people to accomplish your goals, the group goals, and whatever your aims are, whatever your ambitions are, whatever your hopes and wishes are. It's important to work together, to engage with others in order to get that in order to achieve that goal. So be part of a group and retain your identity, definitely. Also, fifth house is a house of love and romance. So your energy may be shifting a little bit from love and romance and having downtime, playtime, recreational time, to being more focused on what's better for the group. So your approach may be a little bit more collective oriented, rather than focusing on personal passions and personal approaches. You're more inclined to use approach that is best for the group. Now, with the South Node in your fifth house, this is, you can use this self energy to keep yourself self motivated to make a difference. So definitely it's a good time to bring your inner refinement, your own creativity into the world to serve others. So you're bringing this fifth house energy of personal passion and really putting it out into the world for rest to see, to rest to appreciate, and rest to benefit from it, Geminis. Definitely a good time to use your personal affability, your personal charm to motivate people, group or team or larger collective. So definitely use your charm, your charisma, your personal likability, how you present yourself to benefit others, definitely. And be open to making new friends and connecting with new people, because 11th house is the house of the masses. It's a house of larger, it's a house of the people. It's a natural Aquarius house, so it's all about humanitarian activities. It's about reaching out to people. It's about being concerned with the larger mass, the larger the world, in fact. So here definitely it's a great time to use your personal passion, your personal interest, your personal charm, your capabilities, talents, to present it to the world, and really transform your life by engaging with like-minded people, and being very progressive. 11th house is a very progressive house, so you're being very progressive. And North Node is also the energy of bringing this progress and growth. It can have an unpredictable energy, so things may happen all of a sudden, out of the blue, that will push you into that realm of functioning within a group or larger collective, masses and colleagues and friends and social group and group association and all that. So you may be thrust into that space in order to be progressive, in order to really strengthen your own leadership, your own mission, your own hopes and wishes, whatever you want, in order to gain, and really move on. This is important to be more collaboration oriented, be more group minded during this time. So it's very important to focus on the company you keep, because that can make or break you as well during this time. So definitely associate yourself with like-minded people, people you gel with, people you are people who are your kind of soul tribe and all that. And you definitely this is going to help you achieve the success that you want in the 18 months period, Geminis. Now, with South Node in the fifth house, you may be concerned with what other people will think of you, other people's opinion, because you may have the tendency to please others with this Libra energy. There may be a tendency for codependency. So there's a thin line between codependency and functioning in a group. So don't be codependent in a group setup. Be yourself, be your authentic self, but function in a group, not overly focused on yourself, Geminis. So build your inner strength, your inner confidence, and your social network will definitely expand to include interesting people from around the world. It can be over social media or internet, maybe online. Maybe you are speaking to an online group or online audience. They could be, you could be starting your online business, something that you are sharing your creativity, your personal talent to the world. So definitely there is a possibility of that as well. You have these new ideas, your goals are definitely shaped during this time, and to use an online platform to share your ideas and share it with the world is perfect. 11th and 5th house energy, where you're using your south node comfort zone, your talents, your things that you're comfortable with, things that you're used to. You're using that passion and creativity to give it out to the world. 11th house is the house of audience as well. So here you're definitely sharing your ideas to the world. You may also come across as a role model to others as well. So it's important to carve your niche as well during this time. Don't shrink yourself to fit to other people's expectations. So do work together and cultivate your inner resources and talent as well during this time, and make plenty of friends and meet new people and learn to cooperate more fully and be friendly to others, Gemini. All these will definitely help you develop your soul's mission and bring about even a social change, a transformation, Geminis. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Cancer. Welcome to your lunar node reading. So, Cancer, now the North Node and the South Node are shifting in the signs of Aries and Libra. Now, Aries and Libra are your 10th house and 4th house axis. So the energy is shifting, and there will be, and you will experience, destined, fated actions, experiences, events in your 10th house and 4th house, matters. So the lunar nodes are shifting on the axis of Aries and Libra on the 17th of July 2023 all the way up till 11th January 2025. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the Aries and Libra axis was in December 2004 till June 2006. So just go back to that time period and see what was happening during that time, and you may feel some kind of resonance to that experience, during that time to this time period. Now, it's not going to be exactly same because the other planetary energies are differently placed, aspecting in different signs, houses and all that. So it's not going to be exactly same life experience, but you will feel some kind of resonance from that time period, some idea. You can get a certain sense of what to expect during this time period. Now, Aries and Libra signs are cardinal signs, just like you, Cancer. So you're familiar with this cardinal energy about taking action, moving forward in your own way. So definitely with this Aries, which is a fire cardinal sign in your 10th house, there's a lot of need to take charge, to initiate change where your professional matters are concerned. And with the Libra in your 4th house, where the South Node will be, there's a need to release the need for codependency in your home and family matters. Now, at the end of the day, Cancer, it's important to balance both the energies. You cannot overly focus on one side and completely forget the other. There is a need for balance to, keep the scales balanced in order to, have more fulfilling experience. But the focus needs to be on your 10th house, where the North Node is, in order to experience soul growth, in order to experience progress. Because if you overly focus on your 4th house matter during this period, you may face challenges and difficulties in your soul path. Now, Cancer, when the North Node shifts in the 10th house, this is a time to take charge of this house matter, because Aries is about taking charge. It's about taking risk. It's about being assertive, being self-focused, and really moving things forward, getting the ball rolling. So here there's a need to rise to the occasion and experience the most profound, meaningful moment in your professional life. You will definitely maybe starting a new career, or maybe getting a better idea of your life direction, or maybe starting a business during this time. Whatever that might be, Cancer, you are definitely more focused on your external expression, your reputation, your image during this time, more than your home and family matters. And this is very important for your soul growth. Now, South Node is the comfort zone, so there may be a tendency of relying back or falling back on your fourth house matter, and you may be overly concerned with the emotional problems of others during this time. But it's very important to release yourself from that and not have an emotional reaction to other people during this time. It's very important to focus on your goal and be a little bit more aimful during this time regarding your professional matters. Really take charge in order to successfully rise above your personal challenges during this time, Cancer. So definitely you are supported during this time in building a career and being known in the public eye during this time. So definitely this is a great time to launch public endeavors, a career, a new career, or a business, and be more responsible, during this time, because you are stepping into your own personal authority during this time. So definitely if you are looking at a promotion, or climbing up the career ladder, or becoming a manager or a leader, this is a great time to focus on those things. And also it's important to network for professional and business matters. This is a great time to really pursue your worldly success, embrace your professional aspirations, Cancer, and really forge an entirely different path for yourself. Really conquer the outside world and not be overly concerned with your inside world. Now obviously the balance is needed, but it's very important to be more competitive in your professional life. Really use your ability, take your ability to relate to people, because the Libra South Node is all about being able to relate to others, using your personal charm, your diplomacy to really build a professional reputation during this time. So show your assertive side and gain more control of the world around you, your professional matter, in order to really reach your goals, your purpose, your mission, whatever that is in career matters. This is a time to really focus on those things. So be more decisive during this time, Cancer. This is not the time to dilly-dally. This is time to really go forward, take charge of your professional goals and your aspirations, whatever that might be. Really use your strength and your past accomplishment as well to build upon the future that you want, Cancer. So definitely taking charge and initiating action where your professional matters is concerned is very important. You could run your own business, become an entrepreneur. So it's very important to be very decisive. Be in your Aries element, which is about really being impulsive, taking charge, really going forward, and really being comfortable with being alone as well. You don't need to worry about overly depending on other people in order to fulfill your dreams, your goals, and all that. Fight for your belief and fight for your professional goals, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to achieve going forward, Cancer. So put in the work and the effort to really mold the future that you want and the future that awaits you as well, because North Node is all about destiny. It's a destined point, it's a karmic point. So it's all about embracing that change and really becoming more empowered to take on the world during this time. Launch in a new direction, achieve your dreams, fulfill your purpose during this time, Cancer. And don't mistake your ambition for something related to ego. This is not about ego. Aries is about really moving forward and taking charge of your own destiny. So if you're being ambitious, don't confuse it with being egoistic. This is not about that. This is about being genuinely connected with your higher purpose. It's about seeking that position of authority and responsibility in order to transform your career matters. So use this energy to help others heal as well, from similar issues to those that you have healed from. So you could use your past energy, which is, your past conditioning, which is your fourth house energy where the South Node is. You could use that to create this kind of awareness in others as well. 10th house is a house of vocation. It's a house of purpose more than career. It's a house of purpose, your mission. So here you could use your experience, Cancer, your energy to teach others, to transform other people's life, heal others from experiences that they are going through, which you have gone through in the past. So definitely it's a great time to really advance your ambitions and seek that growth. Even if it's a promotion you are seeking in your job or career matters, this is a great time to really be alert to opportunities of self advancement during this time, and really find a balance between your career matters and your home and family matters. Cancer. So with the South Node in the fourth house, there will be emphasis on responsibilities at home and family. Dependent. People may be dependent on you during this time and all that, and you may kind of want to fall back on that energy as well to feel secure, to feel content. But it's very important to find a balance between your needs and if your contentment, your inner fulfillment, your inner satisfaction, and also balance it with your ability to be ambitious and achieve your goals, whatever you stand for. Stand on your own 2 feet and really be successful in the outer world, Cancer. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Leos, the nodes are shifting on the 17th of July. So the North Node will be shifting in the sign of Aries and the South Node in the sign of Libra. So that is your 9th house and 3rd house axis, Leo. Now, this starts on the 17th of July 2023 all the way to 11th January 2025. So you're going to experience destined, fated events, actions in these areas, in your 9th house matter and your 3rd house matter. So there's a need to embrace your North Node 9th house energy and release yourself from stuck patterns of your South Node in the 3rd house energy. Now, Leos, the last time the North Node were on the Aries Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. So just go back to that time period and kind of reflect on what happened during that time period. And you may experience some kind of similar events, or there may be some kind of resonance to that time period with the current time period, the next 18 months period. So there might be some kind of resonance. Now, it's not going to be entirely same because the other planetary energies are in different signs and houses. So you may not have exactly the same life experience, but there may be some sort of resonance where your 9th house and 3rd house energies are concerned, Leo. So 9th house is the house of exploration. It's a house of adventures, a house of learning, higher learning. It's a house of spirituality. It's a house of your intuition. And 3rd house is a house of your mind. It's a house of communication, connection. It's a house of your logical side, whereas the 9th house is your intuitive side. So it's between feeling and thinking. Now, this is the time you are kind of more focused, or should be more focused on how you feel, Leo, rather than what you think. Now, obviously, at the end of the day, there's a need for finding a balance between both the energies, and you cannot ignore one side and overly focus on the other. There's a need for balance, most definitely. But having said that, it's important to not overly be dependent on the 3rd house matters, because if you are, you may face difficulties and challenges to reach your North Node, which is where the soul growth will take place in the next 18 months. So definitely you need to be a little bit more focused on your 9th house energy in order to achieve your mission, your purpose, fulfill your mission and purpose, go towards that. It's very important you're focused on the 9th house energy and not overly focused on the 3rd house energy. Now, this is a time of your life purpose, your mission. This is a time of growth and success for you, Leo. And 9th house is a house of the different cultures, the distant land, experiences that you haven't had before. It's about newness. It's about the quest. It's about seeking. So this is also can be related. So this can also be more to do with your expansion, world expansion, world really expanding yourself from your local energies, local environment, your immediate people you know or you spend time with, to actually going and pursuing beyond your limits, really reaching out. And you're not focused more on your immediate self, your local and your community and all that. You are seeking out. So you're really expanding your horizon. You're really exploring during this time. So if you have any kind of career aspiration, business aspiration, relationship aspiration, this is a time to bring in the different cultures experience within yourself, people or experiences from different cultural backgrounds. So you may meet people from different cultural backgrounds as well, that will help you fulfill your mission and purpose during this time. So it's very important to be open minded and really trust your instinct, your intuition, in order to bring these changes. Now it's very important to be very driven as well, Leos. Now you are a fire fixed sign, so you are definitely has the staying power. You are once you set your mind on something, you definitely go and pursue that. Now with the Aries north node in your ninth house, it's very important to be focused on the desire for success and not be more not be too codependent on people in your community or in your immediate surrounding. You don't need to be hiding behind your connection, your daily connection. It's safe, it's safe to seek out, it's safe to expand your horizon, step into your own power during this time, Leo. Prioritize your own goals, and be comfortable being alone. There's no need to hide in partnership or avoiding challenges during this time. Definitely, it's important to fight for your belief and not compromise on your beliefs during this time. So this is a great time to engage with people, share experiences, learn something new, look for mentors, travel and connect, maybe study as well. If you want to study something, higher education or something that is kind of expands your mind, gives you that mental exploration, this is a great time to do that. And as you interact with people from different cultures, as you communicate and share experiences, your mind will definitely open. This is also a great time to write, publish, share, communicate your ideas to the world, because ninth house is about communicating in a more in a bigger way, focusing on the bigger picture. Third house is more about your own immediate self, your own immediate surrounding, but ninth house is about really go, the world is your oyster, Leo, during this time. So definitely you are really connecting and really pursuing your purpose through connecting and expanding your horizon during this time. It's a great time to travel as well. If you're traveling or moving abroad, this is a great time to do that as well. Even though if it may be for the 18 months time period, it's a great time to move abroad or connect with people in a different setup, different location, relocate as well if you want to. This is a great time to do that. So do pursue whatever you desire, whether it's in learning, education, experience, adventure, seeking truth, seeking meaning, whatever that might be. There's a need for deeper involvement during this time. Now, you may also be interested in spiritual pursuits during this time, religious pursuits during this time as well, Leos. So, ninth house has that energy. So, definitely you are drawn to uncover hidden mysteries or expanding your mind or your consciousness, and really, extending your views, embracing tradition and cultures that are new to you. So, definitely, it's a great time to explore these areas, and really, and through this process of exploration and expansion, you will develop a new sense of yourself, your purpose and mission. So definitely this is time to really explore. It's a time of mental and physical exploration. So definitely you are focused more on being more spiritually inclined and spiritually aware, and this will come through not being rigid, not being closing yourself off to experiences. This is really a time to say yes to experiences and really, move forward. Ninth house is the house of spirituality and philanthropy. So you may become more, interested in these areas as well. So definitely go that path. So definitely do take that path, Leos. You will feel more confident as well in your abilities, and this is time also to trust in the higher powers and to trust the spiritual path, and your own self as well. Whatever you have been denying yourself until now, or stopping yourself from any experiences and all that, this is a time to really really trust that path and take charge and really move forward. So any changes that takes place now, Leos, will definitely have a grand scale impact in the long run, definitely. So whatever you are doing during this time is going to really set you on a new path, a new life mission, most definitely. So do explore and do take risk and do not stagnate, because Aries North Node is all about taking charge, moving forward, even sometimes with a sense of impulsivity. But still, it's important to take risk. Most, definitely important to take risk and fighting for your beliefs, and being also comfortable with doing things yourself. If you're not able to get a company or something, somebody you can do it together with, don't worry about that, Leos. Go your own path, take charge, move, take risk and walk on that path alone if you have to. Now you will definitely come across people in your life as well who will help you make this change as well. There will be mentors and guides and people who will definitely help you advance in on your future path, on your life mission and all that. So it's very important to keep your mind open during this time. Now be mindful that the opportunities may lie outside your regular sphere of activity or your comfort zone during this time. So it's very important to step out of your comfort zone, Leos, and involve yourself in wider contacts, gain added business or social contact during this time in order to develop your business or social prestige. Whatever you want to achieve, whether it's your career related, life related, relationship related, whatever, you need to step out of your comfort zone and involve yourself with people who may not seem your type at first, but this is very destined action. So do involve yourself, trust your intuition. Don't use your logical mind too much during this time. Trust your intuition. If it feels right, go for it, most definitely. So definitely there will be more projects coming your way, more acquaintances coming your way. This is a time of really expansion, even global expansion, traveling. It's a sense of wanderlust in you during this time. You want fun and adventure, so all this will definitely follow if your mind is open, and you will be open, because Aries is the sign of taking charge, taking action, taking risk, and you will definitely be interested in that. Now with the South Node in the third house, you may be relating to your ability to be overly rational or logical, but there's a need to leave your logical side aside for this 18 months and really not be overly focused on other people's ideas and advice during this time, or other people's opinion, or trying to debate what you want, trying to convince others to see your way of thinking. You don't need to do all that. You need to just seek out, speak your truth, and follow your intuition. Really lead from what you want. What is your what's your personal calling, what's your inner calling. That's what you are focused on. So definitely be your own guide, and really lead from a place of feeling more than thinking during this time. And at the end of the day, it's important to find a balance between your rational side and your intuitive side, and look at the bigger picture, Leos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Virgos. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Virgos, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra on the 17th of July. So the North Node will be in the sign of Aries in your 8th house, and the South Node will be in the sign of Libra in your second house. So the eighth house and second house energies are highlighted during these 18 months, starting on the 17th of July 2023 all the way to 11th January 2025. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in the Aries Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. So just go back to that time period and see what happened in your life during that time, the life experiences, life events, the people that came in your life, just general overall experience during that time, because there might be some resonance from that time period to this time period. Now it's not going to be exactly same, because the other energies, the other planetary energies are in different signs and houses, so it's not going to be exactly same, but there might be some resonance, some kind of you can get an idea of what you can expect during this 18 months period. Now, Aries is a cardinal fire sign and Libra is a cardinal air sign. So both are cardinal energies, which means taking action, which means taking charge, which means initiating change. Now, Aries North Node is all about, being able to take risk, taking charge, focusing on self. And Libra is the north node, the south node in Libra is all about not being overly codependent and, hiding in partnership or avoiding challenges during this time. So with the eighth house and second house energy, which is the money axis, eighth house is the shared values, shared finance, shared resources, and second house is your own personal finance, your own money making capabilities and all that, and your own value system, Virgos. So you're shifting your energies and embracing the eighth house energy more during this time, and releasing yourself from any stuck patterns, any redundant patterns from your second house energy. Now, south node is the comfort zone, things that we are used to, we are comfortable with. So there may be a tendency to rely more on the second house, being more self-reliant, more focused on your own money making capabilities, making money on your own and all that, accumulating possession by yourself and all that, and not much focusing on the shared aspect of wealth accumulation, resources, intimacy, and all that. So there's a need to shift your energies and really see where others are coming from as well during this time, and not just focused on your own value system. So with the north node in the eighth house, you're looking to see where support is available during this time, and this is in terms of wealth as well as intimacy, and just psychological self as well, because eighth house is a very transformative house. It's a natural Scorpio house, so it is about digging deeper. It's about getting to the heart of the matter and really seeing who your true supporters are during this time, who really stand up for you, and where you can really create that deeper bond, and that's what the focus is. So here there may be a desire to, intensity, there may be a desire for intensity in personal relationship. You may be seeking deeper emotional and psychological connection during this time, because eighth house is a very intuitive, very psychic kind of house. So you are developing these abilities as well. Your intuitive psychic abilities are definitely highlighted during this time. Now, eighth house is also the house of shared resources and wealth. So definitely there is a desire to accumulate wealth together with somebody, maybe somebody in a business partnership or personal partnership. There's definitely a desire there. Also, you may come across some kind of inheritance, some kind of tax rebate, some other kind of help, financial support, which you may not have earned yourself. Now, just be mindful, eighth house is also the house of debt and taxes. So there may be an opportunity to pay off debt during this time, or, there may be something around taxation or social finance as well, in terms of banks and government funding and all that. during this time, Virgos. Now, be aware of what makes you feel safe as well during this time, because eighth house energy is a very intimate house. It's a house of your value system, your shared value system, what the psychological effect other people have on you, especially in intimate environment, intimate relationship, intimate connections, people who you are close to, people who know your psychological makeup and how you function. So it's very important to be aware of how other people make you feel during this time, your own sense of security, stability, safety during this time. And this can be very psychological on a subconscious basis. It can also be on a material basis, because it is a house of shared resources as well. So how other people's make you feel in terms of your own deeper connection and your resources, joint resources and all that. So this is definitely with the North Node in the eighth house, Virgos. It's a time of significant personal rebirth and transformation. So whatever energies you've been experiencing in the past, you will definitely go through major changes during this 18 months period. Now there could be some loss as well during this time, in terms of resources or in terms of people in your life as well. People may move away. They may be not necessarily physical death. It could be just people leaving your life as well, or you may be shifting away from toxic energy during this time as well. So definitely there may be a sense of loss during this time, and it can feel traumatic as well, Virgo. So it's very important to really focus on how you feel safe, where your sense of security and safety is, and just people in your life as well, who is supportive, who is there to really be there for you when you most need, Virgos. So definitely you will have these rebirthing, transformative kind of experience during this time. Now, a part of your life, your identity, is definitely permanently ending during this time. It's definitely shifting, because there's a transformation happening, most definitely. So any loss of support of people that you counted on may really shift you in a different mental psychological zone. You may be really thinking about yourself differently, whether it's emotionally or financially. You may have to even fend for yourself, financially and emotionally during this time, or by the end of this 18 months period. But just be assured that there will be some kind of the transition that you're experiencing, whether it's financial or emotional. You may have some new resources coming your way as well, some kind of financial support or people emotional support from other people, new people, a new source of income and all that, that will help you cushion this transition, definitely. So definitely, even though you're leaving old energy behind and moving on to the next, this transformation, and this is going to all come through your own strong will, your own willpower, your desire to transform, you seeing what is best for you, you seeing into where you feel safe, what are the real and true support available to you during this time. So it's definitely down to your own realization, and focusing on your own belief as well, because Aries is about fighting for your own belief, prioritizing your goal, and really stepping into your own power, Virgos. Now, eighth house is a house of crisis, fears, and insecurities as well. So there may be some kind of fears and insecurity related to finances or sexuality or intimacy, or your psychological makeup, how you perceive things, your subconscious self and all that. So definitely it's important to overcome and transform these energies to fully grow and appreciate your own sense of self, your identity, your sexual identity, your own intimate self, your connections as well. Really step into that and really engage in fulfilling intimate relationships during this time. Really empower yourself. Eighth house is a house of empowerment, so you're definitely empowering yourself as an individual. You are definitely really coming into your own during this time. Virgos, and this can be through crisis and traumas, but you are definitely transforming, and through your own willpower, Virgos, you will definitely, be on the other side, and in a safer, safer and more secure, more supportive time of your life. Now, with the South Node in the second house, there may be a tendency to overly be self-reliant or cling to your position, or overly be focused on your personal security. Now, that is definitely a good idea, but just be mindful of not being overly focused on that, because that can lead to challenges. This is the time for joint resources, joint intimacy, like really, this is a time to share things with others. This is a time to really create those intimate, deeper connection with others. You will achieve whatever success you achieve during this time will be through your sheer will power, most definitely. So don't lose grasp over things and people, and just open yourself to your soul's need for transformation and change and regeneration and all that, Virgos. Just be open to that energy, definitely, of this doing things with others, or be open to that, because you may experience difficulties in relationship if you have the tendency to be blind to other people's values and worth. You may be overly focused on your own value system, how you see things, how you value things, and you may discard other people's value and worth, and how other people's value system and all that. So definitely be mindful of that, because you can experience some kind of difficulty in connecting with people if you are more focused on yourself, own values. Now, do learn the value of true partnership and intimacy in order to gain security. So the more you connect with people on a deeper level, the more secure you will feel. So definitely sharing is significant during this time, and it's a balance between having a solid ground for your own self, where resources and value system is concerned, and balancing it with bringing deeper connection, deeper engagement with other people in your life, Virgos. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Libras. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Libras, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra. Now, you being Libra, this shift is going to have really crucial effect on you for the next 18 months. Now, the North Node shifts in the sign of Aries in your 7th house, and the South Node shifts in the sign of Libra in your sign, in your 1st house, on the 17th of July 2023, all the way to 11th January 2025. So this is an 18 months period when your a sense of self and your partnership, relationship, significant other is going to be really in the spotlight. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to develop a relationship during this time. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were in on the Aries and Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. Now, go back to that time period, Libras, and see what happened during that time. The life events, experiences, people who came into your life during that time. There might be some kind of resonance from to that time period to the current time period. Now, it's not going to be exactly same, but it may have that just to get an idea how it feels like, what you can expect. Now, the other planetary energies are obviously in different signs and houses compared to the last period of 2004 and 2006, so it won't be an exactly same experience, but you can kind of understand what to expect. Now, Aries and Libra are cardinal signs, so it's all about taking initiative. It's about taking charge. It's about, getting the ball rolling, move things forward and all that. So getting the thing started. Now, with North Node in your 7th house. Now, 7th house is a house of relationship. It's a house of partnership. It's a house of significant other. It's also the house of business partnership, one-to-one interaction. It's a house of marriage, commitment and all that. And the 1st house is a house of your identity, your own life experience, your own life path, your projection, your overall health, your appearance, your behavior, your mannerism, and all that. So when the North Node, which is the destiny point, the karmic destiny point where the soul growth needs to take place, and South Node is the destiny point where we need to release, the energies associated with that in order to move towards our North Node. Because if we are stuck too much on the South Node, we may not experience the soul growth that we need to experience in where the North Node is, or it will be difficult or challenging. So it's important to focus on the North Node during this time, and there will be things happening in your life that will make you focus on that. You cannot ignore the North Node. So just release what is holding you back where the South Node is in your first house and go towards your North Node during this time, Libra. Now it's going to be a lot about partnership. So personal and one-to-one relationships are definitely desired during this time, Libra. So you may be making new relationship, you may have desire for deeper connection, you may be wanting to socialize with others, also caring for others, acknowledging other people's needs and desires as well during this time. It's very much about finding harmony in relationship, and really moving towards what you need in relation, understanding what you need, what your needs are, and what other people's needs are. So definitely do say yes to relationship during this time, and express your needs in the relationship as well. Now the seventh house is also the house of commitment, also the house of contracts and agreements. So there could be some kind of legal entanglement related to commitment, related to relationship as well during this time. There might be disagreements, or maybe you're going through a legal case, court case regarding your marriage, maybe a separation or divorce as well during this time. Or it could just be you're signing, you're marrying, you are committing to somebody, so that could be a legal aspect as well. Now with the North Node in the seventh house, Libra, there definitely can be separation or moving on to better and more meaningful relationship during this time. There could be marriage opportunities as well. So definitely there is a need for awareness of the needs and feelings of people around you, your social interaction, your partner, your significant other, people you're connecting with, people you're forming a deeper bond with. So definitely there's a need for that. Now seventh house is not just the house of personal partnership and relationship, it's also the business partnership and relationship. So you may be forming a business partnership as well during this time. So they may be you may meet a significant other, and this can be business or romantic kind of connection, and it may feel like destiny. Whomever you meet during this time, whomever you connect with during this time, in terms of relationship, Libra, it will feel very destined, very fated, and your instincts are going to be on point during this time. So do trust your instinct, your intuition, in terms of relationship, where the relationship is concerned. If it feels right, Libras, go for it. Now seventh house is the house of entanglement as well, conflicts, disagreements as well. So there can be conflicts in personal relationship as well. So if you have separated, or you're divorcing, there could be some kind of conflict there as well. So it's very important to find a balance and use your diplomacy, your better judgment, to take action regarding relationship and partnership. Now Aries is a fire sign, it's a cardinal fire sign, so you will definitely be inclined to prioritize your own goals where relationships are concerned, or take charge of relationship, or make that move towards somebody, take that initiative towards somebody during this time. And you are comfortable in taking a risk during this time. You are fighting for what you believe in, and you are very much okay with the idea of seeking that relationship by yourself, approaching that relationship by yourself. You're very Aries like where your relationship is concerned for the next 18 months, Libras. So if there are any kind of past patterns in relationship, self-sabotaging partner, or any kind of conflicting or imbalanced kind of energy from the past that you may be carrying in your subconscious during this time. All that will be revealed as well if it has not been addressed. So it's very important to heal yourself. If you have past relationship traumas, Libra, it's very important to use this time to heal yourself, resolve any subconscious issues, imbalanced energies, past patterns and all that, and move forward with this renewed energy. And you will definitely experience a kind of a personal rebirth, where your relationship is concerned. And this will be brought on by the guidance and intervention of a partner or significant other. So the person you're connecting with during this time may help you overcome any past relationship traumas or any kind of imbalanced energy or self-sabotaging energy as well during this time. So partnership relationship becomes very significant in that sense as well. So if there are any karmic issues around relationship, there's a need for further exploration and also release. You need to release yourself from old subconscious self so that you're not sabotaging your future relationship, Libras. So become more conscious of your own boundaries and the needs of others as well. This is a good time to really go for therapy as well, relationship therapy, or any kind of just for your mental health as well, Libra. So definitely there are going to be opportunities to benefit through the good of others during this time. And partners can really act as guides and counselors, supporters, and they will be like more tolerant and appreciative as well of you, and you will be more tolerant and appreciative of them during this time. So do trust others during this time. Even though it's an Aries energy in your seventh house, it is seventh house energy, which is house of harmony between in relationship with the other people in your life. So definitely you can trust others during this time that want your good, and you can lean on them as well. But don't become a liability. Don't overly lean on somebody and lose your sense of self and your boundaries and all that. So definitely this is a great time to build a solid foundation where relationship is concerned. And you can also take on mutual endeavors, mutual project, maybe become start a business together or business partnership, whatever that might be. Definitely it's a great time to build that solid foundation in your partnership. And there will be increased harmony and understanding with your partner during this time. Now, South Node is in the first house. So, first house is a house of identity. Now, South Node is definitely an area we're not focusing too much. Now, that does not mean we don't fall back on that energy, but it's very important to be aware that you're not overly focusing on your first house energy. You're not focused on what you can get out of your relationship. It's about finding a balance. It's about discovering what others are and how they function, and what their motivations are. So there might be a tendency to want to be independent, or be selfish in your endeavors, or just focus on what you want from life. But it's important to not be overly focused on your own path during this time, because this is a time of cooperation and compromise as well in relationship. And but that does not mean you're neglecting your personal desires and all that. Definitely not. So you are definitely focusing more on encouraging others to succeed. There is a awareness of other people in your life. You want to support other people. You want the best for the team or the group or the the one-to-one interaction or the partnership that you have. You want the best for both sides during this time. And you're not overly focused on your own sense of independent or excessive independence during this time. And definitely not focused on having your own way as well. It's definitely a time of using kind of partnership relational energy, your interpersonal skills, to get the best of life during this time. and really, build that personal relationship or business relationship, whatever that might be, Libras, in the 18 months. And that's where your soul growth, that's where you will get a better understanding of your life path, your life mission, by being, a little bit more balanced in your approach where people in your life are concerned, Libras. Thank you. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Scorpios, the lunar nodes are shifting in the signs of Aries and Libra on the 17th of July 2023. So the north node will be in the sign of Aries, which is your 6th house, and the south node will be in the sign of Libra, which is your 12th house, Scorpios. So that will start on the 17th of July 2023 all the way to 11th January 2025. It's a good 18 months period with focus on your 6th and 12th house axis. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were on the Aries Libra axis was in December 2004 till June 2006. So go back to that time, Scorpios, and see what happened during that time in your life, the life events, the people that came in your life, the life experiences and all that, because there may be a resonance from that time period to this time period. Now, it won't be exactly the same because the other planetary energies are different, and it's moving in different, and it's transiting in different signs, houses, and aspecting differently. But the lunar nodes energies are on your 6th and 12th house axis. So there will be experiences you had during that time that may be kind of similar to what you can expect in the next 18 months. So the North Node in the 6th house, now 6th house is the house of your work and health matters. It's the house of your daily routine, your schedules, your habits, and all that. And 12th house is the house of your subconscious self, your past patterns, your health, your mental health. It's a house of retreating, taking a break, and just recouping and rejuvenating, recharging your batteries. So during this 12-month period, there's a focus on North Node to develop yourself, for the purpose of soul growth. There needs to be a focus on the 6th house for you, Scorpios. Now, South Node is the energy which is kind of like a comfort zone. So you may be drawn towards your 12th house energy because South Node will be there. But there's a need to not overly focus on your 12th house, because if you do that, you may be faced with difficulties and challenges. So there's a need to, connect with your 6th house energy. So now, with this nodal axis, you will be making new and improved routines, because 6th house is all about routines and schedules and workflow and work condition and your colleagues and your health matters, your health regimes and all that. So improved routine in terms of your work matters and health matters as well, Scorpios. So here you're more conscious of the time that you're using and the time you're wasting. It's very important. 6th house is about really systematizing your life, simplifying your life in order to have some sense in your life, workflow, your life energies, how you function on a daily basis. 6th house is a house of your daily routine, daily habits, how your life, how it functions basically on a basic level. So it's definitely important to have some sort of routine. Now, it is a mundane house energies, but you will be definitely asked, you definitely will be asked to focus there, because North Node is where the soul growth takes. So withdrawing during this time, Scorpio, is not the best action forward. So definitely your daily routines, any mundane work is about to undergo significant change during this time. And anything that you have outgrown in terms of work that you do, and this can be your job as well, your career matters as well. There would be some kind of change, significant change there. So you may be leaving your old job and going into a new job, or improving working condition, or maybe a promotion, or whatever that might be. There will be some kind of significant change in your work life, and this is also to do with your routines, your daily habits and all that. So it's time to stretch outside your comfort zone during this time, and do focus on other people's needs as well, because Aries and Libra is definitely the sign of naturally it's a sign of self and others. So here definitely you're also trying to not overly just focus on yourself, because Aries energy is about self, and in your sixth house you are definitely willing to take risk. You are definitely stepping into your leadership role. You are prioritizing your goals and all that as well. But do consider other people's need in the work environment as well, in order to have a smooth transition, Scorpios. Now you are seeking new direction in career and job and personal life as well during this time, your everyday life. And there's a need to be more productive and willing to put in the effort in order to align with your mission, your purpose, because North Node is all about your purpose, and sixth house is where your purpose lies in the next 18 months. So it's very important to be of service, to others during this time, because that's what the sixth house is about. Be productive in your daily life. Have a systematic way of functioning. Have routines in order to be productive and useful in your daily life, and in others as well, in the life of others as well, in your surrounding. So definitely if you are more aligned with yourself, you'll be able to achieve your mission easily. And it's also important to not withdraw from daily life and people you interact with, because with South Node in the 12th house, there may be a tendency of escapism, retreating, and not dealing with daily life and all that. So definitely do not fall into that trap during this 18 months. It's very important that you are aligned with what you need to do during this 18 months period. Now, sixth house is also the house of health. So if there are any health problems during this time, this it will be kind of an indication of that there is a need to change your lifestyle, respect your limitations, adjust your lifestyle, your eating habits, your exercise plan, all that. So it's very important to heal yourself as well and restore that balance if there are any health problems, and any ailments or any illnesses during this time may have a karmic nature. So it's very important that you are balanced during this time in your approach, and very systematic, and really taking care of yourself, having that routine, your diet plan, your health regime, and all that. It's very important to focus on those matters, and this will help you improve your health as well. So if you're working out, so you could include new exercise or health plans in your daily life during this time. You could be doing yoga, meditation, or eating better, just taking care of yourself, physical and mental health, Scorpios. Now, sixth house is also the house of service. So anything that you have been doing until now, the help that you have been providing, you will definitely reap the benefit of that. You will receive benefit and privileges through those who support and serve you. So people in your surrounding, the good karma that you have from the past will come back to you, Scorpios, during this time. So you will receive that benefit, support of other people in your surroundings. So definitely benefits from work surrounding and through people you work with is definitely on the cards during this time. And do improve and do look at improving your working condition, your job skills, talents, any capabilities, technique, whatever you have. If you want to improve or you want to learn something new, definitely this is going to be a good idea to do that in order to advance in your work life, and have a better sense of your direction as well, where you're going in terms of your work, job matters and all that, career matters and all that. So do follow a routine and focus on your career growth by having some kind of systematic sense of where you're going, what you're achieving, and all that. Now, South Node is in the 12th house. Now, 12th house is a house of subconscious self, it's a house of spirituality, it's a house of addiction as well. So, there may be some issues related to these matters. So, it's very important to not get stuck in that, because you need to release any old patterns of doing things. Also, any self deceiving patterns. If you're doubting yourself, if you feel sorry for yourself, if you're victimizing yourself, you need to release all those energy. So don't feel sorry for yourself during this time, and don't just assume that other people are just like you, because they are not. You need to not be in a fantasy land and really create and live in the reality, the sixth house of your everyday life. Don't indulge in self-deception, self-doubt and delusion and all that during this time, because that is not going to help you. It's important to be more confident and focus on practical things, planning how you're going to get your job done, have a practical measurable approach during this time, Scorpios, and just analyze your relationship and connect with people in your daily environment, in your work environment, and just people on your daily basis, everyday life. And this will definitely create positive outcomes for you if you are a bit more practical and productive during this time. So do not withdraw from your daily activity, your daily life, and really focus on your mental and physical health. And do not question yourself during this time. Do not doubt yourself. Just focus on practical, tangible results. And these 18 months you will definitely experience life changes that will be that will help you achieve long-term goals as well, Scorpios. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Sagittarius. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Sagittarius, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra. So on the 17th of July 2023, the North Node will shift in the sign of Aries, which is your 5th house, and the South Node will move in the sign of Libra, which is your 11th house. So your 5th house and 11th house axis is highlighted during this time. Now, the last time the lunar nodes were on the Aries-Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. Now, go back to that time period, Sagittarius, the December 2004 to June 2006, and reflect on what happened during that time. The life events, the life experiences, people that came in your life during that time and all that. That is going to be a very crucial indication of what you can expect during this time period, next 18 months. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same, obviously not, because the other planetary energies are differently aspected. They are in different signs and houses, so it's not going to be the same experience, but you can kind of get an indication of what life events that may happen during this time period, the next 18 months. So on the 17th of July, North Node will be in your 5th house. Now, 5th house is the house of creation and procreation. So this is a time of expressing yourself both creatively and affectionately. So you will definitely have a lust for life during this time, or there's a need to have lust for life, because you may be kind of still be reeling from the past energies, because the last 18 months the nodal axis was on your 6th and 12th house axis, Sagittarius, which is the house of everyday work, the mundane life, the workflow, the health matters, your mental health, your past traumas and all that. That's what probably you were dealing with in the last 18 months. But there is a shift occurring on the 17th of July from your 6th house energy to your 5th house energy, and from your 12th house energy to your 11th house energy. Obviously, the your work life is not going to suddenly stop. Obviously, that will be there, but the soul growth takes place when you're expressing your true self, your authentic self during this 18 months period, Sagittarius. So definitely there will be a new sense of enthusiasm, confidence, which you didn't have before, Sagittarius. There's a lust for life. There's a fiery, affectionate, creative spirit. you have faith in yourself during this 18 months period. There's a love for entertainment, art, creation, fun times, recreation, and all that. Now, fifth house is also the house of children and pregnancy and childbirth and all that. So if you have children, Sagittarius, you may be spending more time with them, connecting with them more, having fun times with them. Or if you don't have, you may experience a childbirth, or even if you have, you can still experience a childbirth, pregnancy and all that. Now, if you are not looking for a child, if you don't want a childbirth, so just be mindful, because fifth house is a house of romance and fun times. It's a house of dating and all that. So just be mindful that if you are not looking for a child, if you're not aiming for a child, you're careful regarding that. But obviously, if you are looking for a child, this energy, the North Node in your fifth house, can definitely bring childbirth as well. Or just it's a house of creation and procreation. So definitely definitely that energy is there, Sagittarius, for the next 18 months. Now here, it's about striking out on your own. Now, with the South Node in the 11th house, there may be a tendency, because South Node is where our comfort zone is, where we fall back on. And 11th house energy is the energy of being in the background, being in a group setup, not wanting to stand out. Now, with the North Node in the 5th house, there's a call of destiny for you to strike out on your own. You want to do your own thing during this time, and there will be fated events happening, people coming in your life, or events, experiences, just things happening in your life that will push you in that direction. There's no two ways about it, Sagittarius. You will have to make that change. You will have to focus on your own self-expression, your own personal identity, your own personal passion, your own interest. It's very important to keep your authenticity and individuality during this time, because if you don't, then you will face challenges during this time. If you are overly focused on being in the background, or just being in part of the team, or in a group setup or friend circle, or whatever that might be, if you're too focused on that, you may lose touch with your true authentic self, your true individuality. So do not shrink yourself during this time to fit in another person's expectation or template. Codependent relationship also is not going to be particularly useful for you, especially if you have past codependent relationships, or and this relationship can be any relationship. It doesn't have to be spousal or personal, as in romantic relationship. It can be it can be friends, it can be parental, siblings, any kind of relationship that seems codependent. You need to get yourself out of that, or not overly relying on that, Sagittarius. So it's very important to understand, to get the best out of this North Node in your 5th house. You need to focus on yourself, your own self-expression, your own passion. Keep your authentic self alive, and focus on your individual desires, your individual self, what you want. What does your heart want? What does your heart long for? That's what you're focusing on. Now, Sagittarius, with the South Node in the 11th house, you may be accustomed to being around group of people, and you may also have the tendency to squelch your individuality to just fit in. This is what you're changing during this time, and this is what is going to change, because there will be life events, experiences, people coming into life, connections that will help you or will force you, and it will all come from yourself. You will see the need to be more authentic with yourself, and you may and if you have fear of striking out on your own, and blending, and prefer to blend with the crowd, that is going to be very challenging. So if you have the tendency to stay in the background and blend, that is not going to work during this time. This is important, very important. You are prioritizing your own life during this time, your own desires over communal responsibilities during this time, Sagittarius. Now, with North Node in the fifth house, you are celebrating the person that you are. You're embracing your self expression, you're empowering yourself, your creativity, things you love. You are meant to stand out during this time. So, learn your own style and hone it during this time, and honor your inner child as well, because fifth house is the house of children, but it's also the house of your inner child. So here, do things that brings enjoyment to you. Focus on what works for you, Sagittarius. Don't get overly focused on social circle, group association, collective energies and all that. Trust that you gain more confidence in the person you are, and by following what your heart desires. So this is very important to connect with your heart center, your heart desire, and really focus on what brings joy to you, what expresses you, your own passions, and all that. And this may involve you stretching outside your comfort zone and embracing a really bold new attitude going forward, Sagittarius. Now, change in perception and identity will definitely help you feel more comfortable in your own skills, and be more self-assured during this time, because that is very important in order to fulfill your purpose and your life mission during this time. In order to have a more fulfilling, more satisfying existence, it's very important to be more self-assured and be ready or be more comfortable in to step outside your comfort zone. Reach for the star, Sagittarius, during this time. And you will also feel a sense of divine timing as well, with people you attract in your life during this time, and the experiences, the events that happen during this time. All these people in your life coming, or the experiences, events, whatever happens in your life during these 18 months period, you will need that energy to succeed in the long term. Now, definitely this is Aries North Node in the fifth house, so there's a need to take risk, there's a need to charge forward, initiate change in your fifth house matter, which is your self-expression, your love matters, your children, your passion, your sense of self, most definitely. So there's a need to take risk, take charge, and initiate that change, because Aries is all about stepping out as a leader. It's all about prioritizing your own goals. It's about being comfortable being yourself, taking risk, fighting for your beliefs, being more self-assertive. This is not the time to hide into a partnership or old relationship or group association, friends association, or just collective or teamwork, collaborations, work work groups as well. This is not the time to be the second be this is not the time to be a supporting character, Sagittarius. So do not avoid any kind of challenges during this time. Do not make compromises, and put yourself first, and just feel the love for yourself, Sagittarius, during this time. There's a great need for love and affection as well during this time in your life, a romantic love, affection, just overall love and affection during this time. You will have this desire for others, and you would need that from others, and you will have the desire to give it to others as well, this passion, romance, and love as well. So definitely balance the need for connection with others with personal creativity. This is fifth house is a house of passion, so definitely this is both creative passion and romantic passion. So definitely you need to get yourself involved in what you're passionate about. What do you desire from the bottom of your heart? This is a time to be a little bit more playful in your approach to life, more romantic, give love, and really follow what makes you happy. Take risk to achieve that sense of fulfillment, the sense of happiness. Use your willpower to do that. Spend time with your children. That will bring you a lot of joy as well during this time, definitely. And don't obsessively worry about group work or group association, or just trying to fit in a group, and looking for what makes others happy, all that. This is your time, Sagittarius. So focus on your passion, your personal expression, your need to have love in your life, your need to have romance in your life, your need to have a more playful approach in your life, Sagittarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Capricorns. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Capricorns, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra on the 17th of July 2023 all the way till the 11th of January 2025. So the north node will be in the sign of Aries and the south node in the sign of Libra. So Aries is your fourth house and Libra is your 10th house. So the focus is going to be on your 4th house and 10th house axis for the next 18 months. Now, Capricorn, the last time the lunar nodes were on the Aries Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. So go back to that time period and just reflect what happened during that time. So you can get an idea of what you can expect during this time period. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same, but there could be some kind of indication of what may happen during this time. Now, other planetary energies are not same as it was in that time period, in the 2004 and 2006 time period. It's different from 2023 to 2025 because the planetary energies are aspecting differently, are transiting in different signs and houses, but there could be some sort of indication. Now, North Node in your fourth house, where your focus should be, where the growth, the soul growth takes place, is your home life. It's your family life. It's your roots, it's your ancestry, it's your emotional foundation, it's your inner fulfillment, inner contentment. And 10th house is the house of your career, your vocation, your place in the world, your reputation, your image, and all that, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, this is the time when you focus a little bit more on your personal journey, on your emotional journey, more than worrying about what the outside world thinks or the how your career looks like, how your job looks like. Now, obviously, you're not ignoring one side of the axis over the other, because then it will be imbalanced experience. So it's important you're balancing both the sides, but you're not overly focusing on your 10th house matter during this 18 months. You're more concerned with your your home life and your own emotional self, your how do you feel inside. So here, definitely, any past lessons that you have learned, childhood conditioning, past patterns and all that will be highlighted during this 18 months period. Now, obviously, when the eclipses happen, those will be the important periods when the life lessons may show up, but during this 18 months, there will be a lot of focus on family, on heritage, on roots, home, property, your fixed base of operation. So this is a time of lot of emotional and psychological growth, Capricorn. Your views on having family, settling down will shift dramatically. You may even decide to start or expand a family or strengthen family ties, or be more cooperative. So definitely this is a time you're adopting a little bit more nurturing role, because fourth house has the Cancer energy, which is about nurturing, nourishing, and being more connected with your emotional self. So you're definitely adopting a little bit more nurturing role in your relationship to others, and this relationship can be anybody you consider as family. So it's a good time to reflect, Capricorn, and really find answers to important life lessons during this time. You may be questioning your past decisions. You may be questioning your past, your roots, your childhood, your lineage, your heritage, ancestry, and all that. Now, this can be a very karmic time, and any karmic connection from past, especially family matters, ancestry, may surface, and you may become a little bit more aware of those energies. So any kind of trauma or past issues related to your roots, your family, ancestry, and all that may have a karmic connection. So any decisions that you make during this time may be fated and can bring a massive change, important change, crucial change in your household and family situations. So focus on your family obligation during this time, and less on developing or building career. So the focus is, again, you're balancing it out. You're not forgetting your career, but you're not overly focusing at the cost of your family ties and, family situation. Now, Capricorn, if you have been disconnected to your past or your family, your roots and all that, this is a good time to, connect. This is an opportunity to return to home, Capricorn. If you have been living abroad for a long time, this could be a time when you could be visiting your country of origin, your country of your birthplace, and you may be connecting with your family, your parents and all that. So this could be a time when you are traveling and connecting with your family. So definitely a great time, especially if there has been a disconnect within your family matters. This is a good time to, connect back with them, and things will happen. Fated events, things will happen that will give you that opportunity to connect as well, Capricorn. So reflecting on your past will help you come to important insights about yourself, come to important conclusion, important insights about yourself, your own path and your own purpose in the future. So it's a great time to really, focus on that, on your own self, on your inner self, your inner world, your emotional world, and your what fulfills you from inside, Capricorn. Now, fourth house is also the house of assets in terms of real estate, house where you live and all that. So here there may be an opportunity to increase your assets. You could be buying a property or moving into another property, or you moving into a different kind of living situation and all that. So definitely all this is indicated, but be careful with any kind of investment and manage your finances better during this time. Make sound investment if you have to, and do not rush into things, because there can be blockages as well with the North Node and eclipses happening in your fourth house. Now, you are seeking a harmonious home life, but there can be blockages and restriction in that. So it's important to be a little bit more level-headed and balanced in your approach when you're especially where your home and family life is concerned, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, this is Aries North Node, so you will definitely be very eager to take action where your home matters is concerned, where your own emotional self is concerned. Now, fourth house is also to do with the process, while 10th house is to do with the goal. So here you're also enjoying the process more than just worrying about the end goal, Capricorn. So here you are definitely stepping into your own power. You're prioritizing your goals. You're also comfortable being alone, because Aries energy is about not being too overly dependent on others. You are willing to take risk, and you're also fighting for your own beliefs and being a bit more self-assertive during this time. So you are definitely focused more on how things happen rather than the end goal. You are focused, you're following your gut instincts, you're being true to yourself. Home and home family matter is definitely crucial during this time, and you may be beginning something new during this time that may grow successfully in the future. So this is time you're focused more on how you feel than how you appear to other people. Now, being empathetic to others is definitely indicated with this fourth house energy, and you are connecting more to your inner world, Capricorn, during this time. Now, don't be overly focused on your public image with the south node in the 10th house, and being responsible and practical and realistic and all that is great, but not be overly focused on that. This is the time to really balance your deeper emotional needs, yourself, with your professional aims, Capricorn. So definitely it's a good time to reinvent your domestic life as per you want, and you will be a little bit more assertive as well in order to do that. So focus on your own beliefs. Don't worry too much about controlling others, managing others, trying to be solely responsible for everything and all that. So if you're more connecting with your emotional self. You are looking for things that give you satisfaction, fulfillment, and you are emotionally more stable during this time, Capricorn. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Aquarius. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Aquarius, on the 17th of July, the lunar nodes are shifting signs. So the north node will be in the sign of Aries, and the south node will be in the sign of Libra from 17th of July 2023 all the way to 11th of January 2025. So this is happening after a good 18-19 years. So the last time the lunar nodes were in on the Aries Libra axis was on 27th December 2004 till 22nd June 2006. Now, it's good to go back to that time period, Aquarius, and just reflect what happened during that time. So you may get an indication of what you can expect during this period. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same life experience, absolutely not, because other planetary energies are aspecting differently and are in different signs and houses, but you can get a kind of idea, how it may resonate this time around. Now, the north node in the sign of Aries is in your third house, and the south node in Libra will be in your ninth house for the next 18 months. So your third house and ninth house axis are highlighted. Now, third house is a house of your communication, connection, information sharing, being concerned with your immediate environment and all that. While the ninth house is all to do with adventure, exploration, it's higher mind, higher learning. It's about, international experience and all that. So here, what's indicated is your focus on your third house matters. So this is a good time to assert your own ideas and make up your own mind, Aquarius. Now, that is definitely not difficult with you, Aquarius. You are known to, speak your mind, and, you have a strong mind. So you are definitely, developing that bit more during this time. Now, this is a great time to communicate with others and share your own insights, and also analyze and share and express ideas and information that can really bring a lot of personal experience. Now, North Node is a point of destiny. So here, whatever fated events, experiences, encounters happen is quite, fated. So you may, feel as if things that happening, especially around third house matter, seems fated. Now, even the ninth house, your bigger picture perspective, and seeking out and connecting with people from cross culture is also going to be highlighted during this time. But there's a need to not focus too much on your intuition, your feelings, and bigger picture, and be more concerned with facts and figure, your logical mind, and your images surrounding Aquarius. So here your mind is very active, very curious, and you are willing to connect and network and socialize more, especially with your immediate environments, and also with people from different walks of life. So definitely, support of friends, neighbors, peers, all that is indicated during this time, and it's necessary to branch out and get out of your comfort zone. So if you have a comfort zone, Aquarius, this is a good time to really get out of the comfort zone and experience new things. So Aquarius, this is a time when you are really focused on your own interpretation of things. You are not much seeking out other people's opinion as much as you would do if North Node was in the ninth house. So here definitely you're challenging yourself to listen to your inner calling, your instinct, what it feels right for you, and you're focused on your own insight more than others. So the information that's coming your way during this time, you are transmuting it and really using it to transform. It's a powerful transformation tool, to focus on your own insight and really transmute the information, and really put it out there as per how you see things. So that's very important, Aquarius. You will be very inspired by what you have learned. So this is a good time also to learn something new. Now, this can be only a short courses, or a workshop, or an online course, something that is quick, and something that's short and quick kind of learning, or even reading. This is a great time to read more, learn more, and you will definitely be inspired by what you learn during this time. So experience gained now will definitely grow you into as a person, and also will show you your direction, whatever direction you want to go in future. whatever you learn, the information you share, it may come to you, your new direction. So definitely it's important to express yourself and connect with your true calling, Aquarius. Now, third house is the house of communication and connection. So communication is an important part of your mission and to fulfill your purpose. So any kind of mental pursuit is definitely indicated. So you could be, sharing your ideas online, or publishing something, or writing a book, or just, blogging or podcasting, whatever you want to do in terms of sharing ideas on social media or whichever way you want. This is good indications that you should totally go for it, Aquarius. Now, this is a good time to also role model and, guide others, be a teacher, be a mentor to other people, and any, and also it's a good idea to take short trips and network a lot, because this will open your mind to a lot of new information and new ways of seeing the world, Aquarius. So definitely it's a good time to really put yourself out there. Now, wherever North Node goes, during that time, the people that you encounter, especially in terms of your network and, on your trips and all that, these chance encounters are very crucial for you, especially in the long run. So you may find opportunities through these encounters, or fated events that will happen in the next 18 months. So keep yourself open to these experiences and, meet new people enthusiastically and network more, because you can definitely, get new opportunities to grow, expand, fulfill your mission, your purpose, or achieve your goals through these chance encounters. So definitely be open to that, Aquarius, during this time. Now, environment will feel very expansive during this time, so definitely connecting with other men on a mental level is a good idea, and it's a great time to develop your intellectual prowess as well, and not just develop, also share it with what you are thinking, what your ideas are. Now, if there are anything that's holding you back from past, maybe past conditioning, past mindset, past way of looking at things, or thought process and all that, this is a good time to be aware of those past conditioning, and keep yourself open to new experiences, so that you can see things differently, and that can really take you, and that can really bring you out of any kind of stuck past mindset. So definitely it's important to know your own mind, speak up for yourself as well, and be mentally and verbally a little bit more assertive during this time. So do push your ideas and make your own ideas and make your own mind up. Now, Aquarius, the South Node is in your ninth house during this time. So this is not the time to rely too much on faith and intuition. This is a time to be more logical, more rational, make your own plans, and become aware of the details and not be overly concerned with the big picture. So facts and figures are more important to you during this time, and you're not blindly trusting other people without checking the facts. This is not the time to be spontaneous in terms of where you want to go. This is a time of planning, looking at the facts, the details. This is time of logical planning, and you're not looking at other people's behavior during this time, because you're more concerned with your own how you think, what your thought process is, what your mindset is, how you what comes to your mind. That is more important than worrying about other people's perspective during this time. So definitely information sharing, curiosity, mental pursuit, open-minded exchanges are definitely indicated in the next 18 months, Aquarius. Thank you. Hello, my lovely Pisces. Welcome to your lunar node reading. Now, Pisces, the lunar nodes are shifting in the sign of Aries and Libra on the 17th of July 2023 all the way to the 11th of January 2025. So North Node will be in the sign of Aries and South Node in the sign of Libra. And that is your second house and eighth house. So Aries is your second house where North Node will be, and eighth house is your Libra sign where the South Node will be. Now, the last time lunar nodes were on the Aries-Libra axis was in December 2004 until June 2006. So go back to that time period, Pisces, and what happened during that time, what events, experiences, encounters happened during that time. That may be an indication of what you can expect during this time. Now, it's not going to be exactly the same experience because the planetary energy, the other planetary energies are aspecting differently, are in different signs and houses. So it's not going to be exactly the same, but you can get an indication of what you can expect during this time period. Now, the second house and the eighth house is the resources axis. It's a money axis. It's the axis of your value system, your self-worth, and other people's, self-worth, other people's resources and all that. So here, definitely you are need to focus a little bit more on your value system. Now, wherever South Node goes, we are a little bit more comfortable with that energy. So here it's important to not be stuck on that, not overly focus on your eighth house, and move towards your second house more. That's where your soul growth is going to take place. So second house is the house of self-earned money, your own resources, your own possessions, your own objects of physical objects in your life, assets and all that, and also your value system, your sense of self-worth, Pisces. So here you're focused on what you need and what you want, and you are it's a good time to focus on acquiring stuff and possession by your own means, by your own effort, and not be overly focused on other people's resources or other people's possession during this time. You are definitely want to receive, and receive by yourself as well. So here your value system will shift dramatically. So you're putting your money where your heart is. Any money that comes to your during this time, you are using it for your financial stability, maybe investing as well, and really aligning yourself with your ideals. And your ideals may go through a drastic change during this time, Pisces. So this is a time you will probably be feeling a little bit less materialistic, or there is a need to feel less materialistic, because eighth house South Node, there may be a tendency to depend on or hold on to your wealth, and really worry too much about your money matters. So use money as a vehicle to develop your path, and also help others whom you can during this time. So you're leading from your heart space, and you are really realigning your value system and ideals during this time, Pisces. So do take your time and create a solid foundation, because second house is a very stable house. It's a house and not natural Taurian energy. So you are focused on practical and stable foundation. That's what you're looking at. So be practical and prioritize, and pave way to a solid future. This is the time you can develop your resources, and this will definitely help develop your own mission, your purpose, what you have to achieve going forward. Because North Node, wherever North Node goes, that's the mission and purpose you are associating yourself with, your life mission and all that. And you will have fated encounters, events, experiences during this time that will help you realize that mission, realize that purpose, Pisces. Now, people and experience you attract during this time will be assets in the future. So do connect with people, and do have good relationship, build good relationships with others who can further your interest and really make you see other ways of thinking, or other ways of valuing your value, how you can develop your value system and all that. So definitely you are more focused on your efforts that are more constructive for the future and advantageous for future actions, for your future goals and all that. So this is a type of inner evolution, and this evolution is not focused on pure material gains. So you are definitely growing more spiritually, and also balancing it with material aspect as well. Definitely you're not forgetting one side over the other. So you're growing materially and spiritually, but you're not overly focused on material gains. You're focused on your value system, your inner evolution, how you evolve, grow, and connect with your higher purpose. So do take a lead, and build your foundation, have a strong foundation. Whatever fundamental survival needs you have, do build that up most definitely, and make sure others know what you stand for as well. So be a little bit assertive when it comes to your earning, how you earn your livelihood. This is a good time to ask for that promotion, ask for that pay rise, or start a side hustle, a business that can help you earn more money. So whichever way you can expand your money making capabilities, this is a good time to look into those areas, and also release any tendency of codependency on other people's finances, or even emotionally and psychologically. So definitely you are definitely coming into your own during this time, Pisces. So definitely you are unapologetically focusing on your personal material stability during this time, balancing it with your spiritual side as well, your value system. And the second house is also the house of sustenance. It's a house of luxury and sensual pleasure, physical pleasure, and all that. So here definitely there you will be have this tendency to enjoy sensual pleasure, good food, good enjoyment, activity, luxurious things. You may be wanting to buy luxurious things as well during this time. So maintain that, you want to maintain a comfort zone, because second house is a house of comfort as well. So you are definitely owning and building your own your value system, and also your own possessions as well during this time. You are definitely inclined to earn your own money through your own efforts, and really appreciating what you have already achieved, the money, the possessions, the value system, whatever you have. This is a good time to appreciate those as well, what you have already got in your life. So do get in touch with your own needs and take action to satisfy your needs during this time. Now South Node will be in your eighth house during this period. Now here you are not overly focusing on seeking validation from others, because you're leading from your own value system. You're developing your own ideals. Now you may look at other, you may listen to others, what others have to say, because at the end of the day you have to balance both the energies. But you're not seeking validation, you're not overly depending on others, or if you are, there's a need to move away from that energy. So you're stabilizing your own position definitely, and you are not also harshly judging other people's behavior as well during this time, or any wrongdoing of others. You're not focusing too much on that. You're not being vengeful during this time. If you had a kind of a tricky relationship with somebody in the past, you're not being vengeful during this time, because you're focused on developing your ideals, your value system, and all that. And you're not focused on what others owe you, or what psychological effect others have on you. So definitely you are being a little bit more generous with your energy during this time. And most definitely you do realize during this time, Pisces, that money is not the be all end all of existence. Yes, it's a necessary resource to operate in this physical world, but it's not it's not what creates relationship, what builds us as person, builds your sense of self-worth, your value system, your ideals, and all that. So definitely you are focused on your money matters, and just being a little bit more accommodating of others as well, and really building that strong foundation for yourself. Now just be mindful of your spending during this time, because North Node, the second house, can give a tendency to overspend. This can lead to money issues, money upheavals, crisis, financial issues, and all that. So just be careful of you're not too much involved in sensual pleasures, and spending your money without thinking too much. So do budget, and the money that you earn, do also think about saving for rainy day, Pisces. So definitely this is a good time to be a little bit more expansive in terms of how you think about your own effort, how you put your own effort to better yourself. And any problems with strong emotions can cause you to make incorrect decisions, impractical decisions, and all that. So it's very important to look at your own effort, how you're making money and what you're doing to build a strong foundation and to better yourself going forward, Pisces. Thank you.